And just one more thing about this Ed Klein book. He's got some great pictures in it, too, of the Clintons and the color pictures. And he's got one in here. It's I'll just read the caption. Bill poses during a fundraiser with a pair of girls from the Moonlight Bunny Ranch brothel of Mound House, Nevada, February 2014. Whenever the fancy took him, Bill would take off for another round of pleasures and self-indulgences. By the way, the photo is the courtesy of bunnyranch.com.
But I think you got to see the photo to appreciate what you just read. Hello, Betty.
Hello. I tell you what, go to bunnyranch.com and you can see for yourself. But then there is the picture that when I stumbled on it, I felt something rising up from my stomach into my throat. And it's this one right here. I'm showing Mike McBath.
Oh, yeah.
It's the picture of Bill and Hillary slow dancing in their bathing suits on the beach of St. Thomas at the height of the Paula Jones sexual affair.
Yeah. You're going to have to
Hillary in a one-piece ain't what you want to see, folks.
Put a cloth over that page. But I wonder where Ed got these pictures. Like, the picture of him in a brothel? Where did Ed Klein get these pictures?
No, it's courtesy of
the brothel.
Yeah. So you can go there and see it for yourself.
Oh, great.
bunnyranch.com.
So he's posted right up there.
bunnyranch.com.
All right.
Just remember,
if it's good enough for him,
go to bunnyranch.com.
Yeah.
For all your brothel needs, bunnyranch.com. All right, so anyway, it's a great book. I hope you can get your hands on them.
I'm curious about these cars again.
Yeah.
With his background, tell us your background.
I was an engineer for 20 years. I started off with General Motors, worked in manufacturing there, and I've worked for NASA as well as Department of Defense contractors.
And he went to Virginia Tech, the Hokies.
Is that right?
Yep.
Is that right? Virginia Tech. All right.
If you haven't seen that campus, though, I got to tell you, I've got opportunity to see many campuses. That is absolutely a beautiful campus. It was much better than I envisioned when I first went on this place.
You guys play? You weren't in the same division, but did you ever play Virginia Tech?
No, Penn State never played Virginia Tech. That would have been an easy win, but no. I'm kidding. But I will tell you, I was up there for baseball because Taylor was playing baseball and I will tell you, the campus was beautiful, and it's just I couldn't say a better atmosphere for kids to go to college.
Yeah, I would agree.
And the engineering school is real good.
It's always been ranked in the top 25.
Yeah.
How would you compare it? Now, I know when it comes to handling and things like that, cars today the classic cars are much different. But in terms of the quality of the engineering, how would you compare the two?
Well, the tools that are available to engineers today are so much superior than they were. It's amazing when you look at the tools that engineers had back in the 40s and 50s. They were doing everything with a slide rule. They were doing all of the drawings by hand. I graduated from college around a time when computer-aided design was just coming on board, and that's really where the big improvements have come. It's not the quality of the engineers. In fact, I think a lot of the engineers from decades ago, they had so much more capabilities in terms of being able to do calculations very quickly. Today, that's just not a requirement that engineers have. They let computers do those things, but it gives you the ability to focus on design work and not have to spend a lot of time going through the design process. You can make changes a lot quicker, and that's really what's yielded better quality vehicles.
And these older cars, do they last a long time?
As long as
obviously you have to have maintenance on
as long as they're not in a salty environment. Most of the cars that have been in the South from that era have held up very well. Vehicles that came from the North. It was really interesting when I worked for General Motors up in Detroit. It was a great environment for the corrosion engineers to be living in because their own personal car would rust out and they couldn't afford it. So
Did you put armor size on the cars too? If you lived in Detroit, drive around during the weekends.
Well, a lot of stuff was tried, like the undersprays that you could have done aftermarket, which really turned out to be worse. A lot of times, the water would get trapped underneath of there, and the car would rust out even quicker.
Right.
But you look at the technologies that were developed, and I think a lot of it came from the fact that the guys that worked there, they were tired of their car rusting out after 2 or 3 years, and they were working hard to try and come up with a solution. And the solutions that have come out today are fantastic. I mean, the cars that they'll last just about forever. And exhaust systems used to last, a year or two back before stainless steel became prevalently used. And now a stainless steel exhaust will last the life of a vehicle.
What about fuel cell technology? Is that a pipe dream?
In automotive technology, I think that probably is, mostly because of the you need hydrogen as a fuel, and we don't really have a good distribution network for hydrogen in this country right now. So I wouldn't see that technology being very mainstream. I think that it's possible that there will be vehicles that are developed. There are vehicles developed that are out on the roads, but the availability to go and fuel up on hydrogen right now is very few and far between.
In your company too, could you lease this out to film companies and stuff that are
certainly
around here?
Yeah, certainly. Production companies. We would be willing to do that, and we'd be willing to bring the vehicle to wherever they need it.
With all the conventions that come down here, for like top producers, this or that, they would.
Oh yeah, I used to be a production manager for a convention company, and I would have him in my Rolodex. Yeah, it'd been that long ago, but yeah, exactly. Man, I need a car. Bleak,